Watch this video later, remember you are watching a live video. Y'all, my name is Tony, and you are watching Faith and Coffee Bean. I am a crazy coffee nut. I love everything having to do with making coffee at home. I've shared this story many times, but in case you're catching me for the first time, I was a barista in college and got the coffee bug. And then in my day job, I am a department head of an insurance company. I know that sounds weird to kind of think, why is that coffee related? But I actually set cafes and mobile businesses up with insurance, amongst other things. And I just love this industry, y'all. I really do. I kind of started back in the day when I was in Bible college. I was a seminary student, and it was right around when basically 9/11 happened. Okay. And I kind of tell this, guys, because it's a little bit important to my crazy coffee journey. I went to New York City, and I actually worked with organizations that were feeding the homeless. And but I was able to be part of like a bunch of uh, homeless shelters and working with people with drug rehabilitation programs and mobile like food trucks that would go to the city, and we would go to like when they were working on stuff that happened down near the towers. Like we would feed firemen, we would feed the first responders, we would go into it was really cool. I just have a lot of great memories of going into firehouses back in New York and just hanging with the guys and gals that were risking their life for all of us, and those who were really kind of in the thick of it all. Um, and one of the cool things is that I got to get to know a lot of people that owned cafes. And I would also work with the coffee shops that were in places like the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, and they would basically donate their excess food to our organization. So, anyway, guys, if you've never met me before, my name's Tony. I'm a crazy coffee person. I've gone through this crazy coffee journey, and I like to go live 2 to 3 times a week. I think this is my second time going live this week. Y'all, I've been crazy busy with putting out videos. This is not my full-time job. Like I mentioned, this is my passion project, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. I love hanging with you guys. That's one of my favorite things to do, is just hang out with coffee people and talk shop. So if you are a coffee nerd like me, I'm gonna ask you, definitely subscribe, hang out, all that good stuff. Because y'all, we're gonna get into some serious craziness today. Okay. So I just did this video on this grinder right here, and I did another video on the other grinder right next to me. So if you don't know about this, I'm going to start off. I want to talk to you guys about the C. I almost said the wrong grinder. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. I want to talk to you guys about the Grindmaster VelPro 400 grinder. Y'all, this thing is crazy cool. First off, when you get time after this video, go watch my full review video. I just put it out there yesterday. This thing is a total beast, y'all. It doesn't look like it because it looks okay. I'm just gonna say it looks like pretty and slim. Okay, let's turn on the machine while we're talking. Let's let it get hot. I'm using my Gaja Mate on my Gaja Classic Pro. Got my Star Trek badges. Yes, I am a Trekkie. I get it. And I am a 40, mid 40s geek. So, child of the 80s in every single way. I'm all down with Captain Picard and Enterprise and all that good stuff. This grinder right here looks like it came off the Enterprise, okay? The styling, this is a hefty boy right here, or a hefty girl. This thing is crazy big. It's all metal. The base is tough. That's an all metal base. It looks futuristic. Looks like it's the flux capacitor is going to come out of this thing, and it's going to make time travel possible. Or Scotty's going to use it to go to warp speed, and we're going to hit 9.9 faster than anybody's ever thought about. That kind of coffee speed that might change the face of reality or something. That's what this looks like. So, the guys, I really love the design on this. Okay. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's pretty. It looks like it belongs in a museum. Like, it just kind of blows my mind. The design language is phenomenal. Okay, so really great grinder, but it is deceptively heavy. I don't think it's crazy heavy. You can move it around, but it is deceptively strong. Okay, up top, and we'll talk about its Achilles heel because it does have one. Up top, you have this hopper that kind of works as a anti-popcorn right here in conjunction with that, where you could fill the hopper. You take this off, you could fill it up, put it on. This will increase the capacity up to 40 grams if you want to do a big, giant pour over like I did on my video. Hey, Alexis, what's up, man? Good morning, my friend. It's cool, and I really like it. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, listen to that. This thing, the construction's crazy. But let's talk about its Achilles heel right now, and I'm going to get this out of the way, okay? What does this grinder not have? Okay. Now, I've had a lot of folks, the reason why I wanted this grinder is because I have a lot of folks who have it and love it. Listen to that thing. Listen to that puppy roar. Or should I say kitten roar? I mean, it's super quiet. It's awesome. I mean, even if we go ahead and bring up the RPM up to 1500, it's still super quiet. Let's drop it back down. Let's turn it back on. It doesn't have any beats in there, so it's like, what are you doing to me? Let's say we did the lowest RPM, really, which is 500. I mean, that thing is quiet. There's just no other way to say it. It's crazy. Okay. It's Achilles heel. I'm going to tell you this right now. What is it missing, y'all? Can anyone see what's missing? Doesn't have bellows. Now, do I think that this is a deal breaker? No. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. There's a YouTube video out there where someone has a custom prototype that Gevi made that is basically a 3D printed piece that would fit right here. And there's bellows up top. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm already thinking about this. So these are bellows that are designed for the Option O Mini. Okay. And I'm already thinking, guys, I'm going to have to buy a 3D printer. But take a look at that. Doesn't that look like that should fit? If there was the right suction, if there was the right center, right there. If I wanted to use this for bellows, I can. I actually ordered the bellows for a niche, a zero, because I'm thinking I might be able to make that work with this. So that is an option. Here's the bellows off of my Hybrew G5, just to kind of show you guys. And I'm telling you, I'm really thinking it. Doesn't that look like it's supposed to be there? I'm just saying. I mean, come on, guys. Let me know what y'all think. I actually think this one might work. Of course, these are bellows from a different grinder. But I'm just saying, maybe I need to order another set of bellows. And if I had someone 3D print the bottom, or, you know, I went ahead and 3D printed it myself and bought a 3D printer. My wife, if you watch this later on, I might have to buy one. I already said it to my wife. I'm like, hey, honey, I think I might need to buy a 3D printer. And she's like, well, you don't need something else. You got too much stuff in your office. And I'm like, but everyone on YouTube says I have to. So if y'all say I have to, I got to do it, right? You know, I'm a 40-something-year-old man. I got to do what people tell me to do. But anyway, guys, that's kind of the big thing that I kind of see with this particular grinder is the fact it doesn't have bellows. Now, I'm going to talk about later a trick that someone already shared with me regarding retention. And if you watch my video, I don't think this grinder has retention issues. I think that there's some really big benefits to its design that alleviates the retention issues, and I don't think it's going to be an issue. All right, guys. And then let's go to the reigning champ, the one that people call ugly. I watched a video of a YouTuber I love, and he called this ugly. This is what's crazy. So this is the CF64V, y'all. Okay, CF64V. Let's go and turn this on. Can you hear that? That's even more quiet than the other grinder. Here, let's put them on together. I mean, they're both quiet. They're both quiet. Oh my goodness. It's awesome. Uh, guys, this is crazy. Okay, let me turn this off right now. Okay. So this is the CF64V by Turin Legato. Now, I know that Me Coffee does have a version as well. Um, I have some of Me Coffee stuff, and I like Me Coffee, but I am a huge fan of Turrent, guys, and I'm really a big fan of Espresso Outlet. I really think the Espresso Outlet folks are kind of kindred spirits. I guess that's the best way to put it. I'm a huge fan, and I want to tell you guys at the end of this video, I have some really exciting news. I don't want to share it just yet, but I'm going to share it at the end of this live stream. Crazy news for me. So stay tuned for that, okay? But I really like what Turin does. I really like Espresso Outlet. They're all crazy coffee geeks like you and me, and their customer service is fantastic. I really love that their customer service is based in the United States. They have a ticketing system. They give a 1-year warranty. You could pay extra to get another extended warranty. Guys, I have been around all the grinders and stuff for a while now, and they're the one people that just I keep getting everyone telling me like, hey, they're the ones to go to. So I do share the affiliate links for them below. If you decide to use one of the affiliate links, it does help support the channel. Small percentage goes back to us, but you'll never pay more. They're constantly doing promotions, but this is the reason why I'm kind of mentioning this too right now. Right now, if you go to Turrent, this is about $4.99. Okay, if you go on their site, their Amazon site, which I put links to right now. I don't know if it's a Black Friday special or what is going down, but I just checked here in the United States. I don't know about Canada. It's $3.79. So they're really discounting this particular grinder on Amazon too. So if you go to Amazon, I'm just saying, I put the links down at the bottom. But yeah, they're cool guys. I really like them. I think they're awesome. So here's kind of my thoughts on this grinder. I actually kind of like the design on this one more because this reminds me of an old school industrial look. Okay, so I actually think this one's really cool. If I was to pick one of these grinders, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I'm not gonna keep you guys in suspense. It would be this grinder. Okay, and the reason why is because I do think it sounds more quiet. Okay, it has the bellows built up top. I like it. It sounds weird, but it is lighter, and because I have a very limited workspace, this tends to be what I really like. I like the fact that I could just pull it off. There's just different things. The RPM, I believe, on this one is higher. I'm gonna double check that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this one's higher. This one goes to, let's take a look right now, actually. 1800. This one's at 1500. So technically it has a higher RPM if you wanted to that suits your fancy and that's what you wanted to do. I'm gonna pop it down to 1,000. I tend to run my stuff at 1,000. That tends to be my sweet spot. So I think they're both really amazing grinders. Like I don't think you can go wrong with both. So I'm just telling you guys that right now. I did a video not too long ago on the DF grinder, and at the end I pulled in my Charter 64, and I think I like lit a fire because I had a lot of responses where people were like, "Don't say that," and that's fine. I like the Shardor, guys. I like the Shardor. I like the Turin. I like the Gevi. I'm an equal opportunity kind of guy when it comes to cool grinders and cool equipment. I think it just comes down to we're living in a day and age when it comes to coffee where there's just so many crazy options. Y'all, when I do these shows, I pull my first coffee with you guys, and I haven't had coffee today, so I need to stop talking. I need to stop. I need to start measuring some beans. I got a fresh bag. I just opened it up like literally this morning, like right before I started this. This is good as gold. Coffee roasters. They've been around since 1969. This bag was just roasted at the end of October, so it's nice and fresh. I got it on Amazon. Y'all, they're good. They are good as gold. I really love them. They're very well priced. I got this for $14.99, and right now with coffee prices going nuts, that's very good. And to get one from a company that's been around for a long time and really cares about what they're doing, yeah, October 17th. So we're right about that 30-day mark right now, right in that zone. So y'all, I need some coffee. So let's go ahead and let me stop jibber jabbing just for a minute or do it while I get my beans going. But yeah, guys, these are two really cool grinders. There's just it comes down to preference. It comes down to preference. I know right now there's a promo going on with this one. If you guys don't know the history on this grinder, this was I don't know if like Lance had like some influence in this a little bit. I know. I mean, he's pretty neutral about stuff. I'm not saying he worked for them in any way, but he did a review on Gevi's pour over system, and a bunch of YouTubers did, and I think they got a really good response. And their pour over system, I want to say it was either 60 millimeter. I think it was a 60 millimeter on their pour over system. And I think a lot of folks were really happy with that design, and it got Gevi thinking, "Oh, okay, let's make something that people really want." So they ended up making a Indiegogo project where they kind of crowdsourced it, and it was very successful. And that's kind of the genesis of this particular machine. So it comes from a background of people who are nerdy like about coffee, like me and you, and I think that's really cool. So it definitely comes from that. I really love what Gevi's been doing. You guys, when I did my video, I showed my Gevi machine. I've had a couple engineer friends reach out to me and say that the inside is kind of similar to how like a Sylvia is put together, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, it smells so good. I wish I could send you guys a smell on those beans. So this is a Costa Rican Tarzu, and it is, I think, medium is where it's sitting at. Their mediums tend to go a little on the light side, which I like. So they're really good. And we're going to do 18 grams. I have the portafilter getting hot. We'll pick the profile that we're going to use. I kind of want to try something fun. I'm in a fun mood. But it's just crazy. This Gevi Grindmaster, as it was called in the beginning, just comes from a cool place. So I think it's what's neat is that it was definitely a good thought out design, and it's pretty. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the build quality is crazy for a sub $1,000 grinder. Now I'm gonna be straight with y'all. I've never owned personally a over $1,000 grinder, and I don't know if I ever will. So I feel really blessed and honored to be able to kind of like do reviews and stuff here on YouTube, and I don't think that's a category of grinder I'm ever going to get into. That I think that's kind of reserved for people like Lance, and James Hoffman, and all the other people like Morgan. These professionals. I'm not a professional. I'm somebody's dad. I always say that to you guys. I'm not a coffee professional. I'm a home hobbyist in every way. I'm the goober you're going to see make mistakes. Okay, that's me. But yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to have anything like that. But it's just crazy to me because, for this feels like it should be like over $1,000. And I know that when they first came out, they were selling this for about $750, $800, which I think was a little overpriced. But right now they're doing a special for Black Friday. If you go through the links, it will take you directly to Gevi's site. I want to say on on Amazon, this is still $650. And I put those links too, for some reason, if you want to buy it through Amazon. But if you go directly through Gevi, it's about $449 or $448. It's something crazy. It's a Black Friday special. So wild, absolutely wild. We're gonna start off with this grinder first. We're doing our first coffee, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the adjustment. You guys who watch my videos, especially lives, I'm probably gonna be doing some dialing in. I've got it turned on, in case you're wondering, because that's how quiet it is. Espresso range is typically on this one 1 to 2. I'm actually going to go about right around 250. On my last, on the review, that's where I was at the end. So I'm going to kind of start there. These beans are fresher. So typically I do find I have to sometimes go a little coarser versus finer. I'm just changing my mind a tiny bit. I'm going to do about 27. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's activate this bottom scale. Hello. It says hi to you. Oh, interesting. Came up as low battery. What? Oh man, I barely even use this thing. It probably just needs a good charge. Oh, that's going to be a bummer if it's not working, guys. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of cool to see it go through. Yep. Oh, what a bummer. Guys, I just got this, so I haven't had a time to charge it, but I would have thought it would have lasted a couple days. Man, that is a bummer. Goodness gracious. All right, let's do a little trickaroo here. I'm going to set this to the side, the base, and we are going to use our iCap scale for fun, because I do want to show you guys retention on this thing. Zero this out. Okay. Let's put it up to about 1,000. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. Now I've done RDT. So it was right at 18. It was pretty much 18 on the nose. So that tells me one thing I've kind of noticed is every now and then I've seen a couple beans up in this upper chamber. But again, the trick that I was told is that if you go with the RPM and you push it up for a few seconds and then pull it back down, that's kind of a trick to getting the beans out. And I realized when I did that, a bunch of beans came out, or some grounds came out, and it's like sitting on the edge. But let's kind of just test this out, guys. First time I'm ever doing this. Here's that high brew. I mean, it's definitely pushing something through. I really wish there would have been some bellows on here. Yeah, some of it's kind of on the side. So anyway, it's really something to think about. And that's my only long-term concern, is that does this really need to have bellows on it? And I kind of think it does. But I have a lot of friends that have it say that it doesn't, and they're fine with it. And I believe them. I just think it kind of comes down to, I also tend to be a little goofy. I like really using bellows. I don't know if it's kind of a force of habit situation, but I do like using bellows. Every grinder I have has bellows. Maybe that's like a weird thing in my brain that doesn't really matter. It's very possible. All right, so this can fit right on top. And the cool thing about, let's give it a little spank. Cool thing about this one, oh, bummer, that really irritates me. Goodness gracious. I hate when I make a mess like that, y'all. What's interesting about this is that it actually has diameters for different portafilters. So let me grab a smaller one. This is a 51 for my DeLonghi. And if you could see, it actually fits really snug on that 51. I like this design. This is actually one of my favorite things about this, is the fact that it fits on there like that. So that is really cool, y'all. I think everyone should make dosing little cups like that. I find that very interesting. So let's go ahead. Let's do some puck prep. Pull our first shot. Using my little shorty here today. Portafilter. Okay. Now I want to decide what profile to use. So guys, I did the modification on the Gajamate modification. And there's about 3 or 4 different ways you can modify a Gaja Classic Pro. So there's Gajuino, which is very popular. A lot of people, that they've kind of been around the longest. And my understanding is it's a closed platform now. So something to think about. Meaning you can only really use it with certain machines and all that stuff. And I haven't really gotten to the weeds of that, guys. So I'm not really an expert on the Gajuino situation, but I have kind of gotten feedback here and there. Then there's Gajamate, which is where I went with. And I really like Gajamate, guys. I'm super happy with it. It cost-wise, what I really liked about it is that when you get it, you're kind of getting the whole kit, and there wasn't any crimping or cutting or soldering or any of that stuff I had to do. It was very self-contained. The team over there is awesome. Huge fan of the Gajamate team. I just really, the Discord group was really helpful. I know on my videos someone joked around. They said, "Okay, I think I understand. I need to go to Discord." I counted it. I told y'all in my video, in one of my videos for Gajamate doing the upgrade, to go to Discord 8 times. I guess I didn't realize how much I was saying it, but there was a little bit of a method to my madness, y'all. When you do these modifications, your best resource is a social network. And through Discord, that's what they really provide. So if you ever decide that it's something you want to do, I'm telling you, use the search feature. And I'm going to tell you, say it again, go to Discord, because I didn't have to ask a lot of questions. They were already there. And when I do my videos, I don't ever want to come across as, how do I put this, guys? I want you to go to the experts. I'm not an expert. I'm a goofy dad. You want to hang with me? And I will definitely do my best to answer any questions. Trust me, I will. And I love the questions. But I also don't want ever to give an impression that I think a lot of folks on the internet like to come across as like I'm the expert and this is why you watch me or whatever. And that's not my perspective at all. I'm the fool. You watch me for entertainment. 'Cause I'm a geek and I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm cool with people learning from my mistakes. But yeah, there's a reason why uh, you should go to the source. That's all I'm saying. Like that's kind of the big thing. And that's the reason why I mentioned it a bajillion times. Oh, goodness. Anyway, guys, the Gajamate is awesome. I love it. You can go with Shades, and Shades of Coffee has an incredible kit if you want to do it more manual, more tactile. There's a really cool gear that they have for doing the PID control, the manual dimmer. It's just really cool. I really am a huge fan of Shades. I've used them for a lot of my stuff here as well. So there's kind of a few different ones. There's another competitor that escapes me. I forget the name of it, but there is another competitor to Gajamate, which is and Gajuino that's out there. I totally forgot the name. But it's more of that Lego build where you're gonna go on to, AliExpress and buy all your parts and all that stuff. If anyone knows, please put the name in the comments. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull this. Let's figure out what profile we want to use, and then there's another reason why I kind of want to do this live show, guys. I love my Gajamate, and I'm still going to be doing live shows with my Gajamate and my Gaja Classic Pro. But I have some big news, and I said I was going to share this. So y'all ready for my big news? I'm so excited, y'all. Today, I'm going to get delivered a Gallatin. If you don't know what that is, Turin Gallatin. Legato is their version of their 58 millimeter boiler hybrid system that's crazy cool with flow control through this really neat knob that you could do on the side, which is awesome. Turrent is sending me out a Gallatin for review, and specifically for me to use with y'all on this live stream. So I'm going to be reviewing it. We're going to be doing a ton of videos. I'm going to do an unboxing. It's huge, guys. It's really big. It's like, honestly, I don't say this lightly, but it's actually one of my dream machines. I really wanted to get something like that, and I am beyond crazy stoked. And if I don't sound like I'm crazy stoked, I'm trying to keep it down. I'm trying not to sound like a a kid on on Christmas. But yeah, I'm super excited, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because we're going to be doing the Gallatin. That is a 1.5 or 2 liter boiler system. It's an HX setup. It is a true E E61 group head with the crazy steam wand, flow control. It's basically what Hoon is using on Hoon's coffee. Okay, so he uses that, and he's also using another one right now, but it's one that he's been using. So I am crazy over the moon, overexcited, and I cannot wait to start filming with that and getting into it and using it. Probably going to be using it in a lot of these live shows uh, because it's crazy cool. I mean, it's just really cool. Um, yeah, yeah, flow control. It's really cool. There's like a flow control paddle. If y'all haven't, if you're not subscribed to him, Hoon's Coffee is one of my favorite channels to watch. Um, it has like this paddle that sits right on the E61 group head, and you could actually change the flow as you're doing it. And then on the right hand side, there's a knob where you can do, your kind of manual pre-infusion, and then change the flow control literally manually on the fly. So this system is crazy because it's a really a commercial class setup. This can be plumbed, so it's wild, y'all. It comes with a plumbing kit, and I'm not going to plumb it because I'm not using it commercially, but it does come with a plumbing kit, and that is really crazy. Crazy. I've never had anything with a plumbing kit before. So I don't say this lightly. I'm very appreciative, and I'm very happy to do the review. I'm happy to share it with y'all, and yeah, lots of appreciation and respect for Espresso Outlet. But yeah, I cannot wait to show it to you guys. I think this thing is so cool. Like, I just cannot wait. I'm gonna really get into it and tear it down. It's the full shebang. Basically, what it is it's kind of like the answer to a lot of really expensive Italian machines. That's basically kind of what it is. Price range, I've seen them, I think they have open boxes sometimes they start at about 11 and go to, I think retail it's like 15 or 16. But like the same thing, if you bought a Bianca right now, oh my goodness, it's crazy, y'all. I mean, it's crazy expensive. Like, it really is. So yeah, I'm stoked. I really am. I think it's going to be a cool adventure, and I can't wait to kind of take some stuff to the next step, so to speak. All right, guys, let's figure out what we're gonna do here. Let's find a profile we want to work with. So what's really cool is that you could go ahead. I'm gonna activate the Gajimate. Oh, I just realized I need to flush this. Bummer. It's okay. Let me take out. There we go. So what happens is I know I've said this before in some other videos. There is a Bluetooth transducer that's in this system that makes all this possible. Let me go ahead and flush it. But when you have a Bluetooth transducer, there's like a piece of tubing where there's water that's basically sitting in there all the time. And what it's kind of using like a pump system where, I mean, I know this is weird to think about it like that. Coffee plunger. No disrespect to what it actually is, because it's way high tech. Um, but it basically pulls that force, and that's what allows you to make those pressure profiles within the system. Basically, I mean, it turns your Gaja Classic Pro into decent. I mean, that's basically what it does in a nutshell. It's a pressure profiling computer, basically. So because of that, you do need to go ahead and flush it out. And sometimes that's the one thing I keep forgetting. It's kind of like when you do have those our E61 group heads, it's like a circular system heater. So you do have to flush it out for temperature control and all that good stuff, which I'll get into when I get that machine. Which I have not had to do since I worked in a cafe when I was in college. So I'm stoked. I really am, guys. But yeah, this is super cool. So There's multiple profiles I can go with here, and what's really neat about this setup is I can use my computer to dial in locally, and this gives me more of a kind of like the broader perspective of the bar, which is a good one. I got adaptive, that's a really good one. I have some lever style, classic Italian, automatic pro, 18 gram. I don't think I've tried this one. Yeah, it's a pro too. I think I'm gonna try this one. Okay, I kind of want to do the same profile with the multiple shots with the different grinders too. So we're gonna try that. This is the first time I'm ever trying this profile, y'all. Okay, and I'm gonna go back into my dashboard. Yeah, guys, this thing is killer. I'm using a scale with it as well. And it's my dye fluid scale, and it syncs perfectly. It's microbalance. I have two of these scales. I got one in the kitchen and one here, and they're my favorite scales. They're big though. That's the only thing, is they're kind of big. I'm gonna go back into standby really quick. I don't want the system getting wonky. There we go. Boiler's definitely up to temp. Let's pull this shot, y'all. Wow. Pre-infusion. You can see the what's actually happening right here. Oh, nice. It's already flowing. See where it stops it. Ah, 26. Okay. So this profile, the way these profiles work, I have it set to weight. So it kind of, there is a recipe in this. What's crazy about all these setups here with the Gajimate, not to get too far on the weeds about Gajimate, guys. This is what's crazy. Okay. There's tons of folks who build these really cool recipes, and they're on the Discord group. This is why I always talk about the Discord group. Not a lot of Crema. Kind of came up fast. I think I went to way too coarse. I think that's what that is. That's why it was coming out so fast. But what's crazy is a lot of times they give recommendations on what grind size, and they usually use DF64 because that's kind of why I call DF64 the king of grinders on my video. So many people use that as like a base point to talk about stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's put this on the TDS meter here. Let's give it a little taste, but I already know what's up. Okay, let's give this a test. 11.16, so definitely in the espresso zone. 8 to 12 is espresso zone. 11.16. I'm already gonna tell you guys, I don't think this is getting my favorite shot of the day. That's okay. All right. We'll dial this in, and then we'll go with the other one. Cheers. Salute. Wherever you are in the world, my friends, cheers. It's okay. It's not anything to write home about. It's tasty. What I put into a milk drink, yeah, put into a milk drink. Gets the job done. But yeah, that's about it. Let's definitely go finer. Okay, 100%. Let's go finer. Let's put catch cup right here, back down. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna take this down to about a 2, right over a 2. I think is gonna be the sweet spot. Okay. See, I wish I had my bellows. I'm telling you guys, I don't know if this is just in my mind, but man, I really wish I had bellows right there. That's the one big thing. All right, let's measure out some beans. We'll clear this portafilter. Turn that puppy off. The thing is so quiet. Okay, so let's go ahead. All right, y'all. Again, good as gold. Awesome, awesome. That was really tasty. These are very fresh. Because I'm getting that new machine, I really want to have something really good. They tend to be good as gold, like my good old standby. I keep reaching out to them being like, hey guys, every one of these bags, this is not some sponsored like roaster or anything. Something I'm buying on Amazon. I've actually written to them being like, hey, send me a bunch of your stuff. I love it. You know, it'd be cool if they did. Oh my goodness. So good as gold. If you watch this later, my friends, send me some more coffee. Yeah, guys, this coffee prices are getting crazy. There's, yeah, that's a whole other thing I don't want to get too deep into because it just makes me angry. You know, and what's really sucks, it doesn't mean that the coffee producers make more money or anything like that. It's the opposite, what's going on. So it sucks. Heart goes out to anybody who works really hard to make a product and those who roast. I've got a lot of friends who are roasters, both home roasters and commercial roasters, and people starting out businesses that have really hooked up with me and been friends of the channel and friends that I've had beforehand. It's a hard business, y'all. It really is. I mean, I have mad respect for anybody who does it. Got a good friend that's going to be kind of, they might be going public and start selling online at some point, and they sell to friends and family, and I just commend them for it. It's cool to do. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's add our beans in. Just checking the top, making sure I don't have any stragglers. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, I mean, in theory, could you get something like this and do that? Yeah, you could. Even when I did that, some came out. So, I mean, you could, but there's going to be a solution. And either I'm going to find that solution or someone's going to come to me and say, hey, buddy, here's the solution. So I will, because I like this thing. This is really cool. All right, so let's take a look here just really quick at some of these grounds. Like I said, the last one was just too coarse. Definitely, that's a little more where I was looking for. So I'm excited about that. Let's go ahead and set this to the side. Clear our portafilter. All right. Yeah, guys, this is making coffee is a fun hobby. I'll tell you guys that for sure. I remember when I told my wife, I'm like, you know, I think I'm going to start the YouTube channel to document getting back into coffee. And she literally looked at me and was like, are people going to watch that? I'm like, I don't know. I watch a lot of people that make coffee online. So I'll be, you know, I'll be the dad getting back to it, kind of guinea pig. Yeah, somebody just put a comment, needs a small hopper. So technically, and I don't know if that was a comment on this live video or was a comment on my other video, but not wrong, 100% not wrong. So technically, this is the hopper. So technically, that's the hopper. That's what they consider the hopper. But if I wish, you know how like, and this is why I bought it. The niche Zero has third-party bellows that you can buy that kind of fit perfectly around its round edge, and it's kind of like a cushion that you push air through. And I literally bought one of those, and that should be coming today. So I'm gonna see if that kind of fits, but you know, using the Hybrew ones, it gets pretty close. I mean, I really think that if I get a 3D printer, that's going to be my priority. You know, actually doing it with that, because I think that's going to be the way to go for sure. For sure. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Now that this is all clear, do some puck prep and get this thing going. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get this clear. We'll use the exact same profile. Okay. Make sure it's all nice and clean. There we go. Again, I really do like their design on this. You know, I think it's really awesome. And the reason why is because if you wanted to hold it tight and give it a little shake, treat it like a blind shaker a tiny bit, you could. man, the only thing that I'm gonna nitpick on this thing is the fact that it has that kind of delta pattern. It has that like it's a pyramid, you know, where it comes to a point. And I do find, and someone asked me this before, how was the retention inside? Let me just show you what I'm talking about. There's just a little bit that gets left behind. Now, it's really good, and I actually would recommend not to use this with doing RDT. I would recommend doing your RDT if you're gonna do RDT on another vessel, and just maybe using this to actually catch it. If you wanted to do that, if you want to use your own, use your own. But yeah, that's kind of been my take on it so far. I do kind of find there's a little bit of spillage at the end. Sounds like a personal problem. But I do find that's usually the case. So we will be doing a lot of lives with it, guys. I am going to have to rework my whole workspace for this new Gallatin. It's a beast. It's really big. So I'm going to rework my coffee corner. I might even have to buy a whole new base for the coffee corner. We'll see. All right. A little bit more. There we go. Yeah, guys, always share with me if there's any like special puck prep stuff you guys do that you want to suggest. Let me know. I'm always open for that kind of stuff. I love finding out new ways to do things. All right, so let's go ahead and do some distribution. We'll use that same profile, and then we'll pull a shot on the CF64. Okay. Let's do our tamp. Love this tamper. I have a lot of tamper gel, and I keep going back to it, and it keeps it for 25 bucks. It's one of the best tampers out there. It's crazy. Yeah, iCap really did a great job with that V6 line. I've been very, very, very happy. And I don't say that lightly, guys. I pull a lot of shots and do this a lot. So, you know, my wife says I make the house smell like it's, work cafe. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, let's pull the same profile. We're doing the Automatic Pro 18 gram, 90 Celsius, I believe. All right, cool. Let's do this. Doing by weight. The scale is synced. Went finer to get more where I want to be. I think we're good. Nice. Definitely not choking the machine. I'm already seeing tons of crema built up. Y'all, this looks good. Yeah, it's going to automatically stop it. One of the nice things about this machine, I don't have to, doing the gauge-mate, I don't have to worry about manually doing things. 36 degrees, right on target. Here is, just show you guys really quick, the screen. It shows the actual flow and how everything came out. So that is just really cool. Telling you guys, gauge-mate, Gauge Classic Pro, you can build a pressure profiling machine like that. I mean, I love it. It was a lot of hard work, but it was work that was worth it. Look at that. Nice crema. Yeah, way better than the last shot. Okay. Let's put on the refractometer for fun. Again, not for science, guys. Yeah, guys. I use my refractometer as just my barometer for me personally. It's not really a scientific thing, and for me, and I am not a coffee professional. So, all right, guys. Let's see where we're at. Oh wow, I'm curious about this reading. All right, so TDS wise, it's actually lower TDS, 9.76. Okay, 9.76. Coffee had less contact time, more contact time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about that backwards. More contact time. That's crazy. I'm actually a little surprised. I thought it was going to be higher. Okay. Let's taste it. Looks better. Tastes better. Oh, that's delicious. This coffee has a little bit of a berry taste to it, and very milk chocolate, but it has a little bit of kind of a fruitiness to it. It's a medium roast. I like to think of it more of a medium light personally, but it is a medium roast. This is that first shot. It's not, again, this wasn't a bad shot. It just tastes, and it's weird. Yeah, I would think the lower TDS wouldn't have more of that mouthfeel, but this definitely has more of a mouthfeel to it. Yeah, yeah, I like that shot. It's definitely not bad. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull a shot on the CF64. Let me move this back a tiny bit. Okay. Because I put this arm on here so I could do all this and have room. And I'm grateful I did, because it is actually helped me out a lot. All right, guys. So here is, I'm just going to tell you guys this right now, and I think you guys might have already kind of figured that out. So I've been asked the question what grinder I would go with lately a lot. And that was kind of my thinking in making this video. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if I was on a desert island, or I could only have one grinder for a year and no other grinder, it would be this, the CF64 by Turin. Okay. I kind of feel like this has been one of the most, when I made my video, my review video, I told you guys I had like FOMO over this, and I've never been disappointed less in my life with getting something. And that sounds really weird to say. And it sounds really weird to say that about a grinder. But I'm telling you guys, people might call this ugly, but I call it beautiful. My wife and I were actually just talking about, this is the one she prefers. She says because it looks professional, it looks like something that would actually be a piece of equipment sitting in the cafe. And I couldn't agree with her more. I like that it's lighter. Okay. I like the design. It's really easy to get to the burrs. You do have to use an Allen key. It isn't toolless, but I don't mind. I actually kind of prefer it because it gives me that warm fuzzy that I know that my very expensive burrs that you install in here are going to be secure and not going to be messed around with. Okay. That might sound weird, but that is kind of one of the things I really like about it. I was on a forum, and someone who has this grinder right here was saying that they had experienced kind of difference in the dial over time, and maybe that just needs to be like zeroed out or readjusted. I don't really know why that would happen. And I'm not saying it's going to happen to everybody. They could have got one of the early units, you know, they could have been part of the crowdfunding and all that stuff. So I do know, guys, that a lot of times with these grinders, depending on when you get them, I actually like to be a late adopter. I do. Okay. And I'm not going to lie about that. I like to be a late adopter. And the reason why is because I know that all the bugs have been worked out. And I'm not saying I do that with everything, because I don't, but a lot of times I do. And with this grinder, definitely a late adopter. A lot of folks have it. A lot of folks have done reviews. So I really appreciate y'all watching the review that I did, and, you know, all that good stuff. Because I am a late adopter when it comes to this grinder. Yeah, man, thank you. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things, you know, with doing this YouTube channel, guys, is that I get to, sometimes the brands will just send stuff out to me, and I really appreciate it, you know, and when they do that, it's cool, because then I get to test it, I get to make a video on it. My wife thinks I'm crazy. Like, she literally is like, dude, why do you have so many grinders, and why do you need all this stuff? But I love it. I'm already kind of planning on doing a big project at some point. I'm thinking about turning our garage into a little makeshift cafe. And I'm actually thinking about buying a roaster and kind of getting into, not commercially. I don't ever want to sell beans commercially, just because I think there's so many great people that are already doing it. But that is the one thing, it's the one area I really haven't got into. And I'm thinking about turning the garage into like a workstation for roasting and putting some of my gear out there. So, but yeah, totally, man. I really love it. These are amazing. This grinder is just so cool. I literally am so happy with it. Right now, Amazon 379. I don't know what they're thinking. Uh, somebody wants to get it. That's the cheapest I've seen this in a while. Brand new on Amazon. Turnt has it right now for 4.99 on their site directly. There are links for that too. But yeah, this is a cool site. I mean, this is a really great grinder. Yep. Yeah, I have not got my hands on an MHW. I like MHW guys, and I don't know if I've actually reached out to them quite a few times. Personally, actually asking for the grinder to test it out. And I don't know, uh, sometimes I've gotten some stuff from them before in the past. But, they're as far as like players go with grinders, I don't want to say they're smaller player. And I really like what they do. I got a lot of their stuff for like accessory wise, but I have yet to get one of their grinders in, and I don't know if I'm gonna buy one unless I see one on like an open box. But they look really cool too. The one that they have, don't they have like an 83 mil or a 63 mil that's vertically mounted like this? Looks awesome. Looks absolutely stunning. Oh, you did. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I'm reading your comment here about the Cedo Life. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, we are in this weird age where you could just get some great grinders at home now that I feel like back in the day that just wasn't a thing. All right. Okay, so I actually had this for filter because I was doing filter with this. So I'm gonna bring this all the way down. You can hear the burrs going a little bit while I do that. Uh, I'm gonna do this one at about a 2021. Actually, kind of similar to this grinder. Okay, and I want to make sure I got it all clear. So I'm just giving a little shake here. Okay, let me clean this out a tiny bit. Like I said, I was just doing filter in this one, so don't want any cross contamination. It's nice and clean. I love this dosing cup. It's awesome. Let's put these beans in here. We're going to use the exact same profile. So let me go ahead and get this going. I really like how fast this is. It makes really good, fast work of it all. Okay. And there we go. We're done. Let's go ahead and clear this thing. Yeah, there's just a lot of different ones. I know I just did the review on the worst grinder, the small one, the T38. And that was really cool. I was actually super impressed with that for being so small. Uh, it's going to be a big contender for me to take on a vacation, So, I mean, if you're going to take some big holiday somewhere, you're going to take a big vacation somewhere, that's one if you're going to have a good permanent location. Wersch also has a really cool grinder that Lance did not too long ago, and it's huge. It's like an 83 mil or something, and they have the 64 mil that would compete with these two grinders. So I want to get their 64 mil in. I have a lot of 64 mils now. And guys, I haven't said this before, but I really have been thinking about doing a 64 millimeter grinder showdown video. I don't think I'm gonna do it live. I think I'll probably do it a long format, make it a full video, big screen style, and I'm gonna put the Chardors all the way down to the Turret and the Me Coffee and everybody and the Gevi, because I really think there's a lot of grinders out there, and Lance has done a great job. He's Lance. But he has a really good video. That's where I first found out about this, kind of going over that from like about a year ago. But I like to kind of do my own video and kind of do it updated, you know. I like to do a big grinder kind of showdown because there is so much grinders out there. I really think it's very easy to get grinder blindness because there's a lot of competition. As soon as Showdown released that 64mm flapper grinder at the price point, 150 bucks, I think I got mine for like 155, 145, something stupid. I just was like, I looked at my wife and I'm like, it's game over, honey. And she's like, what are you talking about, you nerd? I'm like, for home espresso folks, like, if this is the time that people who've never had a serious grinder are going to start making espresso and coffee at home. And I said, for the home enthusiast like myself, who are kind of price conscious, this is the time to jump in. I mean, because there's crazy competition. And that's just in the 64mm, flat burr setup, conical. It's crazy. It's crazy cheap. Earlier, guys, I was showing you the bellows from my Hybrid G5. The Maze Chef that's out right now for like 80 bucks. Black Friday specials are going to go insane. So keep your eyes on that if you want a secondary grinder or you're just getting into espresso or coffee for the first time. That's a really good one. The Tuni G... Oh, man, I'm forgetting right now. I think it's G1. I know E2 is their machine. I'm going to probably pull my Tuni out pretty soon and do a video with Tuni just because I really like Tuni. Their 58mm system. It's really cool. It's super economical. And if someone's a beginner, it's a great one to start with. It really is a cool system. All right, cool. All right, guys, let's do a big boy cup on this. I'm going to use the exact same profile like I mentioned. And we'll pull it in. Okay. Let's go ahead and lower this down. All right, so I'm going to pull the exact same profile. Restart it. There we go. Nice, good. I didn't want to choke the machine. So it's doing the auto bloom. Now it's moving on to brew. I'm very curious on where this is going to end on the weight. If it ends at 36, I did it right. 36.5, yes! Yeah, woohoo! I know I'm get too stoked about that than I should, but y'all, trust me, after you've choked it a couple times, and I do not want to choke this machine. The reason why is I'm the person who's put it back together. So I don't want to put it back together again. Once you've gone into the machine and you've taken apart the boiler and all that stuff, you kind of have a different appreciation for the inside of your espresso machine, and you don't want it messed up. So let's take a look here. Oh, man. I was going to pull 2 shots with this, guys, but I think this is going to be the final shot because this is good. This looks really nice. Good crema built up. Let's grab the refractometer for fun. The CF64V is my favorite grinder so far, guys. I'm just going to tell you guys that straight up. I think you've already figured that out if you're hanging with me. I think it's a great grinder. I think it is the unsung hero. Ooh, I almost knocked that over. I really, really love it. And personally, I would choose this over the DF64, even the DF64B. 10.41 is my rating. Okay, let me show y'all. 10.41. Okay, right there. Let's give this a taste. Hey guys, no matter wherever you're at in the world, cheers, salanja, salute. I need to learn how to say that in Hindi. I have a lot of friends from South Asia, and I need to learn it in different languages. Oh, goodness. All right, guys. Wow. Wow. Let's give this a taste. I think this is my favorite one. Oh, man. That is delicious. Muy delicioso. The crema's kind of falling apart, but I like Lance's video where he talked about crema's not the be all end all. Oh, that is really good, y'all. That is so good. Let me taste the last one. This was off the other grinder. I don't think taste-wise, these burrs versus those burrs are going to be much different. Okay? I'll just tell you guys that right now. Inside the CF64, you have the diamond light coating burrs, which are crazy good. Now, I've pulled each one of these out. Now, I have not done a side-by-side, and I'm not going to do that right now because I don't feel like it would be a long time. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, the burrs are very similar geometry-wise. I don't think they're exact. I think they might be proprietary. I'm not 100% sure. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments. But they are awesome. These are both well suited for doing filter and espresso. So they are kind of in the middle. I was saying in one of my videos, I kind of feel like it's HU and MP had a baby. You know, I'm very happy with this. Okay, all of these shots taste really good. If you go with the CF64V or you go with the VelPro Gevi 400, I don't think you're going to make a bad choice. Get the grinder that works for you. Get the grinder that works for your workspace, your budget, and what you're looking for. For me, the deciding factor, if I had to pick one or the other, would be the bellows. The fact that it doesn't have the bellows. Okay, but like I said in the beginning of the video, y'all, this is the bellows for an option O, and I am really thinking I might have to buy a 3D printer and make my own part, because if you look right here, that kind of looks like it fits. Okay, that kind of looks like it fits right there. I mean, I don't know. I think I got as close as I could probably get. Here is the Hybrew. Hybrew, just put it in here like this. I don't even know if I need an adapter. I mean, this really looks like it's made for it. I mean, guys, I've done more with less. So, I mean, if I got maybe a rubber band basically and put it around here, you know, I'm not saying I'm not going to sacrifice this bellows for this, but I'm saying if I see one online, I might buy one. Now see what I'm seeing. And if I were to get some food grade, some type of glue or something, and then put another rubber band, I could actually see this kind of fitting. You know, I think I can make that work. Tell me what y'all think. I might be crazy. I might be a total crazy person, but that might actually work. So that is the one thing. If Gevi asks for feedback, I will tell them that you need to make the bellows. There is a gentleman who did a video where he shows it, a YouTube short, and it was a prototype from Gevi. So I did see him say that on one of the comments. But y'all, I really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, we're at 14,000 subscribers. The growth on this channel has just been really mind-blowing. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. If you are a crazy coffee geek like me, make sure you like and subscribe and hang out with me. I like to go live 2 or 3 times a week. That's always my goal. And I like hanging out with y'all, and I do other things. So this is my outlet, hanging out with you guys. I really appreciate you. It's really because of you I'm able to do all this stuff. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And it is Thursday, y'all. The week is almost over. Y'all have a really good one. And I really appreciate you hanging out with me, okay? Thanks so much.